Hello, my name is Caroline DeLinks, and I will be giving this presentation on photosynthesis versus cellular respiration. So, beginning with cellular respiration, it's a catabolic reaction which is necessary for all living things. It's a cell's way of producing energy by breaking down food in the form of glucose usually. And it produces water, carbon dioxide, and energy. And it can occur aerobically or anaerobically. That means with or without oxygen. So this picture I have shows both processes, aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. Going a little further into it, what happens in cellular respiration is glucose molecules are broken down, creating two molecules of pyruvate, and the pyruvate molecules then undergo oxidation where they're converted to acetyl-CoA. Oxidation in the cells, oxidation is when cells are introduced to oxygen or other inorganic electron acceptors. And so the cell loses electrons to the oxygen and yields ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. Also known as energy. So during the pyruvate oxidation, carbon dioxide is produced alongside ATP, NADH, and FADH2. The NADH and FADH2 deposit their electrons on the electron transport chain, and as the electrons move down the chain, energy is released and used to pump protons out of the mitochondria matrix, which is just like the inner compartment of the mitochondria. The proteins then flow back into the matrix through an enzyme called ATP synthase, which then makes more ATP. And at the end of the chain, oxygen accepts electrons and takes protons and makes water. So now photosynthesis is an anabolic process. Sorry, sync. Okay, so, yeah, did I say this is a catabolic reaction because it's breaking things down and creating something. And this is anabolic because it's taking things and making something from them. So plants, algae, and some bacteria use sunlight to synthesize food out of carbon dioxide and water. That is what photosynthesis is. They produce oxygen, water, and energy in the form of glucose. Chloroplasts are the organelles inside of cells, plant cells, where photosynthesis takes place. And chlorophyll inside the chloroplast, what gives plants the green pigment, and also absorbs light. So a little deeper into it, plants take water and carbon dioxide from the soil and air and store the light energy within the chlorophyll, as I said a bit ago. The energy is then applied to a process called the Calvin cycle, which occurs inside of the thylakoid membranes, which are inside the chloroplasts. So first in the cycle, carbon fixation occurs, where the cell takes the carbon dioxide and attaches it to another carbon molecule, creating 2 3-carbon molecules. These then go through reduction, where they're turned into small sugar molecules called G3P. Some of that G3P leaves the cycle and is converted into bigger sugars like glucose. The last step is called regeneration, where the cell uses ATP from the light reaction and adds 2 more carbons to the leftover G3P to form RuBP. Now, I don't know what that is, really. I'm confused. But I do know that the RuBP pairs up with an enzyme called Rubisco, and then they start the cycle all over again once more carbon dioxide gets there, or is absorbed. Together, photosynthesis and cellular respiration need each other. The products of one are the reactants of others. So in this, we see Cellular respiration makes water and carbon dioxide, which is what photosynthesis needs to produce glucose, oxygen. And that's what cellular respiration needs to begin. So it's just a really nice cycle that is necessary for life. And these are my citations. Whoop whoop.